Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. I actually did it. I quit my day job, and I actually quit a job that I genuinely loved, which begs the question, why did I quit? Well, this is my third time trying to make this video. I filmed it here and here. I edited it, I had it ready to post, but I will never post either of those videos. The short answer is that I ethically disagreed with the direction of the company that I was working for, the direction they were taking the company. The long answer is beyond the scope of this channel, and sometimes it's just best to keep your mouth shut. So those videos will never see the light of day. But I still think this video is worth making. It was never actually my dream to be an employee. In fact, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur and have my own business. As far back as being in middle school, I remember talking about Erin Inc., as in Erin Incorporated, my eventual one-day business that I was going to start. In fact, one of my undergrad degrees is actually in entrepreneurship from my beloved Northern Michigan University. Along the way, I've had my own share of small businesses, and they've all been relatively small, probably better classified as side hustles because I never truly dove all in on any of them. You see, I'm a pretty risk-averse person, especially when it comes to my financial life. And as an entrepreneur, you have to be okay with a great deal of risk. The risk of an uncertain paycheck, risk that your business could fail, risk that you may not truly be able to support your employees, just to name a few. When I graduated college, I landed 2 jobs, both full-time, in addition to a couple side hustles. And if it sounds like a lot of work, it's because it is. And you might be thinking, how do you pull off a schedule like that? Well, it's really easy. You have zero social life, and it's about as enjoyable as you might imagine. So I continued at that pace for about 5 or 6 years, at which point I stepped down to 1 full-time job and a side hustle. But as some time passed, I had the brilliant idea when I turned 30 to again go back to 2 full-time jobs plus a side hustle. So when I hit 30, I went back to working about 120 hours a week. And it was absolutely exhausting. After a few more years of that, I was totally spent. I could not continue at that pace. I remember turning to my husband and saying, I'm literally dying, which is debatable on the use of the word literally there, but I was truly dying on the inside. So in December of last year, I quit one of my full-time jobs. Well, kind of. I stepped down to part-time, so I had 1 full-time job, 1 part-time job, and a side hustle. It may still sound like a lot, but it was less than before, and I was perfectly content with that pace, and I would have continued that for the foreseeable future and been just fine. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that having so many jobs is not what I would consider normal, healthy, or balanced, but honestly, healthy and balanced is not what I was striving for. Admittedly, I am terrible with balance. I tend to work myself to the point of exhaustion or potentially my own personal extinction. And this is where the psychological component of finance comes into play. I have a very strong need for financial security in my life. I have a handful of events that have made me this way. I believe wholeheartedly that you should never be reliant on any one person or any business for your financial security. Because what if something happens? What if one day that person is no longer there? What if they're not capable of being there? Like, they died? What if a business goes bust? What if a business lets you go? What if one day you wake up and you are physically not capable of working anymore? There are 1,000,001 different things that can happen in life. I just think it's best not to rely on anyone or anything ever. Ever. By having 3 paychecks come in every single month, I wouldn't be concerned if I lost one, because if you lose one, you know you're still okay. What are the odds that you lose all 3? I should not have said that, because now I'm going to worry about that. The more income streams you have in life, the more independence you have in life. And that is why I always strive for multiple streams of income. So back to my situation earlier in the year, 1 full-time job, 1 part-time job, and a side hustle. And like I said, I could have continued at that pace for pretty much ever. The reason I changed is because my company wanted to alter course, and I didn't want to continue with them because it didn't align with my ethics. Multiple streams of income made it so I could walk away. Between my part-time job and my side hustle, I was earning about $40,000 a year, and that was enough of a cushion that made it so I could take a plunge. In true Erin fashion, I still had a freak out, like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Is this the right thing to do? Can I make it work? What if I start the business and then it fails and I never find another job again? Then I end up destitute, broke, living on the streets. You know, the typical questions that everyone asks themselves every single day. Nope, just me? Okay. I was very comfortable doing what I was doing. You know how we get comfortable doing the day-to-day every single day? That was me. And quite honestly, if the company I was working for didn't make their changes, I don't think I would have left. But sometimes it just goes to show we need someone to kind of push us out of the nest a little bit. I have always wanted to start my own business, and I knew that if I didn't do it, I would forever regret it because it's something I've wanted as long as I can remember. And I started to fear that if I didn't do it now, I might never do it. You see, I'm turning 35 this year, and while I'm not gonna say that that's old, I do have one wrinkle that's forming on my forehead. I have 6 or 7 gray hairs that are showing up now, but I'm not gonna say it's old, but it's older than I've ever been. I can safely say that, right? And with hitting a major life number, I started to question if I keep delaying, I might never be able to make it happen. Because life just has a way of getting more complicated as you get older. You get more obligations, you get more dependence. So this really might be the last time in life that I'm free to take a chance like this. So I did it. I quit my job and I started my own business. It's not YouTube. It has nothing to do with YouTube. I am so excited every single day when I get to do my job, and I feel incredibly blessed because how many people can actually say that they genuinely love their job? After waiting so long to start my own business, you might be wondering if I'm annoyed that I didn't start it sooner, because in my ideal world, I may have started a business fresh out of college, and that's 14 years ago. But honestly, I don't think that would have been the ideal scenario for me. The only reason I'm able to approach entrepreneurship without stress is because I've built up other reliable streams of income. Without those other sources of income, it would be an entirely different picture. And also, I think having the maturity that I have at 35 versus 21 is an entirely different level. I've seen so much more. I can bring so much more knowledge to my space that I think delaying to later actually has its perks. And I also made sure to have a 6-month emergency fund built up before I walked away from my job. And I know quitting a job during a massive market downturn and a potential recession definitely goes against the general advice that I give. I say hold on to your job, ensure that your paycheck is there. But it's very hard to give blanket advice because everyone's situation is unique and the situations they're going through are unique to them. So a lot of times you just kind of have to make the best of the situation you are dealt. Leaving my job and starting my own business was the best thing for me to do. I am deliberately working on growing my business in a very slow and controlled fashion. I want to make sure that my clients are given the best possible service. I want to build a company that I am proud of. I want to make sure that I have phenomenal employees who love the work they do. And I want to continue loving the work that I do. So I'm going to take this slow and I'm going to enjoy it. Now, I want to know if you've ever thought about starting your own business, or perhaps you are a business owner. If that's you, let me know in the comments down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I hope you have a good one. I'll see you soon. Bye. Heading in. Long answer. Ready to post. Oh, stupid plane. Hey guys. Oh my gosh. Hey guys. You have to have an uncertain paycheck. What the heck is this? It's because it is. One full-time job with reliant on any one. So by having 3 capable of being there, like they're dead. Everyone asked themselves, and I said, well, my business in a very, I've grown up in it.